Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about paths. So, an object consists of a line or several lines that we usually call them paths. Talk about paths a little bit more. So, a path is comprised of one or several chunks of a curve or a straight line. So that is what path is. So when we are changing a straight line, for example, to make it a little bit more curvy, like over here, as you can see, or over here. So in these parts, we have several points, as you can see, that we call them anchor points. So you might not see it very clearly, but right above my mouse cursor, you can see that it is said anchor. So let's move over here. You can see that these dots over here are anchor points. So when you click and drag these anchor points, you can change the shape of your path. So we have two kinds of anchor points. They are either smooth or corner anchor points. A path does not need to be necessarily a straight line or something like this and open-ended. So a path could be a full circle, or it could be something like this line over here. So the area around a path is called stroke. So as you can see, we will talk about it furthermore, but you can change the stroke. So okay, let's open a new document. I will show you what it is right now. So okay, click on line segment tool, click and drag to create a line. So as you can see, this line is a little bit more thin. So over here, when it is selected, you can change the stroke over here. So when I increase the stroke, I'm actually increasing the area around this line, and we call the inner area in the path, we call them fill. So as you can see, here we have, and as I said, the inner parts of this path is called fill. So we can change this color by going over here and changing the color of these two items. So this is the color of a stroke. Right now we use the stroke, so we can change the stroke color by going over here and changing the stroke color. For example, make it green, yellow, or whatever that you want. So in order to change the shape of a path, you need to alright, so let's delete this one and create another one, a smaller one, so we can zoom in and see the changes more clearly. So go and select the direct selection tool, and as you can see, when you move your mouse to this little fill the squares, it shows that these are anchor points and this is path, as you can see. So you can click and move this path like this, or or you can click on them and make it like smaller like this, or make it bigger, move it to any direction that you want like this. So this is what you can do with anchor points in a straight path. Alright, so in Adobe Illustrator you can go to View menu, and from here you can change the option to show you the anchor points, the paths, and other things, or you can hide them. So you need to go to View tab, and over here you can change this option. Right now it is on Show Edges, or you can click on it, and as you can see it will hide the edges. Again, click on Show Edges, or you can use the shortcut keys Ctrl+H to activate the Show Edges, and as you can see right now it is activated. You can change the options of path and anchor points by going to Edit, Preferences, and then going to Selection and Anchor Point Display. So over here you have more options that you can change or leave alone. So for example, if this option is checked, you can select an object only by clicking on its path. So it's obvious and self-explanatory, I think. And for example, this one that it is right now checked, if you hold down the Control key and then select an object, it'll select the object that is currently behind other objects. So over here we have Show Anchor Points in Selection Tool and Shape Tool. If you check this box, it means that you no longer need to click on Direct Selection Tool to see the anchor points. You can see them when you're using Selection Tool or Shape, which is the Shape Tool is this one over here, as you can see. So this is the Shape Tool. So that's another option that you can use based on what you're going to do in Adobe Illustrator. And over here you can change the size of anchor points, handle, and bounding box. So let's say that I'm going to choose like this one, which is something like medium. So let's see what happens if I click OK. And as you can see, it got a little bit bigger. So let's go on maximum size, so you can see the changes more clearly. So you can change the anchor points to maximum size if you don't want to zoom in more often when you're working on a complex project. But I would prefer the default size. So again, let's go to Select and Anchor Display and see other options. So here we have Highlight Anchors on Mouse Over. It means that, so let me show you how it is. So if I'm using the Selection tool, and right now you can't see the anchor points, but if I move my mouse cursor over it, as you can see, it'll show you the anchor points. So this is what it does. So let's go to Preferences, Anchor Display, and see other options. And this one, if it is checked, it'll show you handles when you are selecting multiple anchor points. So I can I think it'll be better if I show you these options when I'm working on a real project, like in later videos. So let's move on and be done with this one. Okay guys, so we are done with this lesson, and we will talk about every one of these options, and we will go over them multiple times in later videos when we are working on projects. So don't worry about where they are located, where is their options, and I don't know, everything that you think of. So guys, we are done with this lesson. See you in the next one, and have fun.